Is it 6:51 a.m. June 16th, 2026? Today I'm making and eating breakfast. I'm sleepy. This piece feels so weird on my skin. Anyway, yeah.
Timeline, I grew up, my parents were working, upper middle class, my great grandparents fled Poland for religious persecution, so I didn't come from much. If we start with them,
Yeah, and it's all relative too, because what is it to not come from much in certain parts of the country is a totally different experience. My mother was a sole breadwinner, even though we were in a two-parent house. We lived in Brooklyn, and she made what money would be definitely upper middle class somewhere else. But in New York, it's just not the same thing. So anyone can create a narrative of which they were living that struggle life if they really know how to manipulate the books. 100%.
Mel Robbins graduated from Dartmouth. She got her JD at Boston College. Then she moved to New York, where she was working as a public defender, which is where she met her husband, Christopher Robbins. Christopher Robbins, isn't that like a carrot, like a
Winnie the Pooh? Our age gap is showing. We're like the 100-acre one.
No, I just forgot his name. Okay, he's the boy from Winnie the Pooh. Well, anyway, that's who he married. They got married in the mid-90s. Their wedding was profiled in the New York Times. I want to shout out the Not the Good Girl YouTube channel and the video that she made about Mel Robbins, because that is how I found out about this New York Times wedding profile. And then I went and read the New York Times wedding profile, which first of all describes Mel and Christopher as having met at a, quote, black tie event at the Puck Building.
Naturally.
Also, quote,
the couple married at the bride's family home, a large gray clapboard house on Bear Lake in North Muskegon, Michigan, near Grand Rapids. The wedding was performed on the tennis court by the Reverend Glenn Wagner, a United Methodist minister. So they have a tennis court. That was one of the whitest sentences I've ever. I was large gray clapboard house. I just yep.
I'm happy that her childhood home had a tennis court for her to then get married on, but why can't all of these people just be honest about it? I make these episodes every week. Last week was about Kevin O'Leary, who I feel in many ways is cut from the same spiritual cloth as Mel Robbins, and he also is my mother was just chipping away. His mother gave him $10,000 to start his business. Mel Robbins didn't come from much, but got married on a tennis court. I don't want to get caught up in every detail because I have 20 pages of notes here. But why can't we just be honest?
I feel like this is such a common mythology for people who are extremely successful, trigger warning, Taylor Swift. But she does the same thing where it's in a lot of her lyricism, which sure, it's not one-to-one autobiographical or supposed to be, but it's just this constant self-reinforcing mythology of I struggled in life to get here. I deserve this because I put in the work. And I think that is so crucial to what a lot of these people are doing, because it basically is just the justification for having an enormous.
Hello, Hannah D633. How am I? Oh.
To deserve this. Otherwise, I guess they fear that it starts to fall apart. And it's that constant.
I'm a little sleepy, but I'm okay. I'm okay. Making breakfast. How are you? Sam777ZC. What I do for a living. I think, yeah, okay, you're asking what do I do for a living. Oh, good, Hannah, that's awesome. Where are you from? Are you from Canada, United States, another continent? Where do you hail from? Hey, M10, W1N. How are you? I'm from Canada. I don't really give my name out on here. I just use my screen name. You can join me in VR chat though. I do a gaming stream, and if you just add Sailor Green Tea, you can do some gaming. Yay! Okay, what else should I add here? Cacao powder, some more cashews. Oh, bye, Hannah. Oh, 7:40 p.m. 7:40? Weird. Which time zone is that? Because it's for me, it's like 6:58. So maybe you're saying it's like, I don't know. But anyway. Hey, Tirhan Khan. Wait, Tahir Khan Vlog 9. Hello. 9:58 for Shed a Goat. Or She the Goat. 777. So it's 9:58. So the 58 matches. Okay, so you're 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're 3 hours ahead of me. Okay. Noise. In Michigan. Okay. Awesome. How is it in Michigan today? Do you guys get tornadoes? Have you ever been to Lake Michigan? Sunny? Nice. You don't have to worry about tornadoes or anything crazy? How much time do you spend on silence and solitude? I don't know what you mean. I'm quiet when I'm sleeping. Camilla Sweden. How much time do you spend on? I don't know. Solitude. I'm alone often. I try to be alone. That's such a good question. What's up, Strong Temper Alice, man? Yeah, haha, yummers. That's so funny. Yes, that's so true. So true. I think I'm ready to mix this up now. I feel like I'm missing an ingredient, but... There has been a lot of rain in the past days. Oh, okay, yeah. I wouldn't mind some rain today. But I like the rain. Meditation and reflection. I don't spend enough time on meditation and reflection, but that might be a good live stream video. Reflection and meditation. I do like meditation videos. Like I like the EDMR, where it's like it boops on each side. It goes doom, 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 doom. I like that. It's very relaxing, actually. It almost seems like a necessity. Like it seems like I need it for like balance. Chris Murphin, 1601, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you're 4 hours. No, wait. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're 6 hours ahead. Wow. So you're in like what, the United Kingdom? Oh, that reminds me. I need to text my friend. She's in the United Kingdom right now. She's kind of doing a course or something. Oh, it's Sweden. Oh. Is Sweden the one that people like to model and go, oh, wow, they have all these resources, but then they pay like a whole bunch of taxes, but like they're okay paying the taxes because then they get the resources they need? Is that's Sweden? People in Canada like to boast about some country that has the things it needs. Oh, okay. Do you like it in Sweden? Like, are you glad you live there? That's good. I'm eating mashed banana with chia seed powder, flaxseed powder, cashews, nutritional yeast, hemp hearts, crunchy peanut butter, blackstrap molasses, and cacao powder. Hi there, Chris Murphin. So when did you learn English?
Appeal to like American individual exceptionalism of like you can do it here, like just like the Carnegies, like you can come here from nothing, do whatever, and so it just perpetuates this idea that if you are failing, it's because of you. Because if I could beat the system, why can't you?
Oh, good for you. Do you know what you want to do for a career? Like, are you planning to go to college anytime soon? Or did you finish college?
The system.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say it is very interesting to me that she was initially a public defender. Because when you are a public defender, especially in a place like New York City, you are working on legal cases for people who like can't afford counsel. We're gonna take that a little further in a second, but she really does at points in her early career have an up close and personal look into systemic injustices that exist in the world, which makes the advice that she gives today all the more interesting and all the more like bullshit, because I'm like, really? I'm like, you've seen enough of the world. Despite all of your privilege, I think you've seen enough to know that you're full of shit.
Right.
That's my 2 cents. But anyway, they move to Boston. She transitions out of law and towards self-help and life coaching, which it seems to just have been something she's really always
Do you know what you want to do for a career?
wanted to do. She, in the mid-2000s, hosted a radio show from their home in Boston, which the home had a studio for her to do a radio show in. It was called Make It Happen with Mel Robbins, where guests would call in for advice. In 2007, Mel Robbins was profiled in Boston Magazine in an article titled "Mel Robbins is not the bashful type." The Sherborne mom turned advice guru has a hot husband, a beautiful house, a deep-pocketed clientele, and a very healthy opinion of her bad self.
Oh, nice. What kind of things are you cooking right now? Like, what's a go-to lunch you'd like to make, like sandwiches or salad or something?
Who could blame her for wanting to teach every woman in America how to have a life as perfect as hers?
Christ.
Okay. This is in 2007. This is so far before she's famous anyway.
This is also this is a woman who knows her audience at the end of the day, and the brand that she's curated is one where she can reach every person, but she knows how to reach the people who actually have money. And that article subheading tells the whole story, because what she's saying in her personal brand is to reach as many people as possible, but her paying clientele are the ones with the deepest pockets. So it's like,
What's baking pasta like? I mean, what kind of pasta do you use?
a message that sounds universal, but she knows who she's really targeting, and she's been very good at that.
And I want to be careful not to say specifically towards Mel Robbins, but I feel like when it comes to these life coaching industries that are made by people who have no real background in sociology or psychology, etc., this is a general statement. The line between this and cult is so narrow to me, because Nixium started off as a life self-help coaching classes that were targeting people with a lot of disposable income, and look where that goes. It's this mentality you're trusting this person with all of these intimate things because they look the part.
Okay, well, welcome, and yeah, thanks for joining. See you later.
Or they sound the part, and nothing actually going deeper than that.
This article published in Boston Magazine talks about how Mel plans for the coming years to include self-help tomes, audiobooks, and a syndicated offline talk show, which she, quote, says she'll insist to be filmed in Boston. Quote, if Oprah can do it in Chicago, I can do it here. So she's already teeing herself up to aspire to be an Oprah-like figure in 2007. Another quote from her: I believe I am a brilliant and gifted guide, that I have been given a tremendous intuition.
Good for her. What's her star sign? I gotta look that up. Libra.
Wait, I'm a Libra.
That's okay. No, I do. I love a Libra. Some of my best friends are Libras. But yeah, October 6th.
This article goes on to talk about how before she cut back on private appointments by about 70%.
Hey, Neat. How are you? Okay. Thanks for coming by to say hi.
To focus on her media pursuits.
Have a good day.
Robbins' $250 an hour counselees, in parentheses, she now charges $350.
Not too bad.
Also, I'm adding, this was in 2007, included fellow moms, recent college grads, and executives from companies like Dunkin' Donuts, Fidelity, and Johnson & Johnson. This was just basically a puff piece that she clearly found someone at Boston Magazine to write about her. And it's sort of, it's just like a grift all the way, because she's doing this resume about how she's so good, but it's ultimately to get clients who then she can use as, further testimony about how she's so good at life coaching. She just wanted this really bad. And something Mel Robbins will do later in her career is she'll be like, this all just kind of fell into my lap, and my friends noticed how good of an intuition I had and how inspiring I was. And it's like, no, you have been grinding at trying to be a famous self-help influencer since before there were even influencers, since when it was about talk radio. Again, I wish these people could just be honest about that. This was in 2007, and by 2008, of course, the recession hit, which put her and her husband, Christopher, who was flailing in the...
I'm eating mashed bananas, chia seed powder, flaxseed powder, psyllium husk, cashews, hemp hearts, crunchy peanut butter, cacao powder, and blackstrap molasses. Did you have breakfast, golden cheddar?
restaurant business at this point into, as she says, financial and marital disarray. And famously, she says over and over that they fell into $800,000 of debt. Now, I can't say that this is or isn't real, but just I start to take everything these people say with a grain of salt, you know?
Because that is just an insurmountable amount of debt for like people who had good jobs. What happened? Like, did you really put all your eggs in restauranting and self-help? Y'all are adults.
This is what season 3 of Euphoria should have been about. Instead of Nate Jacobs getting his limbs cut off because he was like deeply in debt, it should have been about how Cassie becomes a self-help author to dig them out of debt.
Anyway, amidst the recession, Mel and her husband are really struggling, and it was out of the ashes of their struggle that the Phoenix rose up. Phoenix, of course, being the 5-second rule. Are you guys familiar with the 5-second rule?
I am now.
I feel like by just me saying the title, you know what it is. But it's essentially like the second that you have a thought that you need to get something done, you count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You give yourself the 5 seconds to like basically launch yourself into doing the thing. She compares it to a rocket ship, and she says she was watching a documentary about a like rocket ship, and she like watched them count down from 5, and she was like, wow, I could do the same thing to get myself out of bed in the morning.
I woke up on a snowy day with $800,000 in debt. The alarm rang. I immediately thought, I got to get out of bed. I was inspired to count backwards 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because I'd seen a rocket ship launch the night before while I was drinking bourbon in front of the TV. And that first morning, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that I got out of bed when that alarm rang, it felt like a victory. For the next 3 years, all I did was count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one action at a time, my life changed.
So this is what she says got her out of $800,000 of debt, sort of fixed her marital issues amidst the 2008 recession. I read a lot of Let Them. I've clipped passages from Let Them for us to read throughout the episode. And so in the following passage, she's talking about how the 5-second rule changed her life.
Using 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I pushed through the excuses, the anxiety, the overwhelm, and the fear. And step by step, day by day, week by week, I slowly took the actions that put my life and career back on track. My husband started using it to push himself to face the issues in his business head on, and it worked for him too. But it would be another 3 years before I told anyone else about the 5-second rule. How selfish. I had been reluctant to share it with anyone because first, I didn't know why it worked. And second, I didn't feel like I was in a position to give anybody advice.
I pasted this here because, first of all, just that last part of I didn't feel like I was in a position to give anybody advice. At the point in which she claims to have developed the 5-second rule, she already had a radio show out of her home in Boston about giving people advice. So again, she kind of just like wiggles around in this narrative of like, I was just a humble small town girl and I didn't realize I had invented sliced bread. It's like, you've always wanted to do this. Just be honest.
Yeah.
You've always wanted to do this.
Also, like, the 5-second rule did not make her $800,000. Branding the 5-second rule and then selling the 5-second rule to other people is what made her $800,000 and then millions and millions of dollars. Because, like, on its own, I don't think that this is a bad thing. Like, there's an obvious psychological value in, like, sort of just, like, motivating, like, being like, I'm gonna do this thing in 5 seconds. Like, it's a good tool in that sense. But it's not a get-rich-quick scheme or a fix-your-marriage scheme or a make your life so much better transformational scheme. It was only that for her because she figured out how to sell it.
And I just want to say, like, from what you have shared with us and just doing a little bit of other research, like, it's clear that she's already a very self-disciplined person. Like, if you're going to Smith, very competitive school to get into, and you get your JD at Boston College, and you work as a public defender, and you're in the Legal Aid Society, like, you are already a self-driven, disciplined person going.
Okie dokie. I'm not sure what I should do right now. If I should do a VR chat. Or if I should exercise on my elliptical. for 15 minutes. But yeah. Traditionally what I've been doing is going into my VR chat. I don't know. I'm more sleepy than anything else. Just had breakfast. I want to do a stream. But what should I do?
Yes, a 15-minute walk after breakfast is an excellent habit. In fact, light movement right after a meal is one of the most effective, science-backed ways to manage your health, and it doesn't require a grueling workout to get the benefits. Here is a breakdown of what happens when you take a quick stroll after eating. 1. It blunts blood sugar spikes. When you eat, your body breaks down carbohydrates into glucose, sugar, causing your blood sugar levels to rise. When you walk, your muscles require energy, so they pull that glucose straight out of your bloodstream to fuel your steps. Taking a light walk within 15 to 30 minutes after a meal significantly reduces the post-meal insulin spike. This helps prevent the classic mid-morning crash or sluggishness that often follows breakfast, keeping your energy stable. 2. It speeds up digestion. Physical movement stimulates the muscles in your stomach and intestines, which helps move food through your digestive tract more quickly. Studies show that a post-meal walk can accelerate gastric emptying, the time it takes for food to leave your stomach. This can greatly reduce common morning discomforts like bloating, gas, or acid reflux. 3. It boosts morning focus and mood. Getting outside for a quick walk right after breakfast combines the benefits of digestion with the power of morning light. Exposure to natural light early in the day helps regulate your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, which boosts daytime alertness and improves your sleep quality later that night. Plus, even a short walk releases endorphins, clearing away early morning brain fog. The light intensity golden rule. Keep the pace casual. You want a light, comfortable stroll, not a power walk or a jog. If you push the intensity too high, your body will divert blood flow away from your digestive tract and into your working muscles, which can actually cause an upset stomach or cramping. It is a small 15-minute investment that pays massive dividends for your energy levels and digestive comfort for the rest of the day.
Okie dokie. Well, I guess I can do my first exercise stream. Okie dokie. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Especially thank you for commenting because it gives me something to work with. I'm doing an exercise stream. There, I said it. Okay. I'm trying to figure out an angle for my camera. And I'll do 15 minutes on my elliptical. Okay, thanks for joining. Bye.